And I've had no one would believe, and the Bible says don't let your left hand be knowing what your right one does. But I've had thousands of dollars to send to the mission field. Of course, I would get a statement from the headquarters, and it would be hundreds just I sent to the headquarters that would go to the mission field. But they would not take Dave Wilkerson's. I had to send his. And did you ever meet Pastor Clendenin?
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord, I want to tell you, David, what happened one time. The Lord spoke to my heart and told me to send him $35 a month. So I sent it, and I've been sending it. And like when you don't get no money on Social Security, you'll get your check. I can't write no check on, when it goes in the bank, I can't write a check on it until after the 3rd. It goes in on the 3rd, because they think it may not, if I would write checks, it wouldn't clear if that hadn't got there, because I wouldn't have, So I send that $35 because he held camp meetings for us. He come in and preached 2 or 3 years. And I mean, the flock, that prayer room filled, and the altars and people got saved. So the Lord spoke to my heart, to send him. But he had that sizable church in Beaumont, Texas. But he said the Lord told him to go to Russia, to the ministers in Russia. So he went to the headquarters. And he told him that the Lord had spoke to him to go to Russia. And the headquarters said, not at your age, we don't support. Because me and him is the same age, our birthday is the same day. And he was 69, so they refused him, they turned him down. And he said, but you all didn't call me. So he went to the mission field. So I still sent that $35. So like one December, and it's been years ago, I was getting, first thing comes out of my Social Security check, the ties to the church. The second thing was Brother Clendenin, and then Dave Wilkerson. And so I was going to see how much I was going to have left, because I wouldn't have anything left. Much. And the Lord said, I would have $100 for my Social Security check left over after I did that. So the Lord spoke to my heart when I was going to send that $35 at Christmas, and he said, add 100 to that. That would take in every bit I had. And I said, Lord, I know your voice. And I made that check in December for $135. The coming year, he put somebody in my path that just as regular as I had sent that money to Brother Clendenin, I got one check for 100, well, 2 checks for, but not the same person. I don't know how much people that had never given me, but one of those, from that day to this, that gave me the first $100 after I sent mine, has never missed a month. And that's been many years. Just as regular, and sometimes it's 200. So you see, this is a life I haven't lived off of this. My husband, and that's why I don't have TV in my home. I've never had a TV in there, and none of that stuff. And I never turned a radio on. I have one, and I have a CD player, because I've got tapes of y'all that I can play. I got that, and I play that. But as far as anything, I don't, because time I worked 55 hours on the ground, and I worked 18 years, and I got up to $6. in the 18 years that the Potomac Park paid me. But yet all these on the field was getting this money because I had obeyed and give the last I had, because I only would had 100. That's about what I had when I got through with what the Lord told me to do. So I can't take this fly-by-night stuff. Don't give it to me. I know better than that. I know better. And so when I go back to camp, and I did not know, I had no idea that Buck had the same prayer time that I did. His prayer time was at 4 in the morning, because Buck is praying and he's in the Word, and he needs to do it. And that's exactly the time that I would be up. And when I come home and I hear him, I would be in the downstairs room, and he'd be out in where he's just praying. We had been praying for years at the same time. And so, David, nothing has no meaning except it's to win souls while I'm here and do good to people. And even though sometimes you get aggravated with them, you just have to pray for them. And when I gotten low about, sad in my heart about something, it's just like he comes in at night in that room at Buck's, because I'm down in the basement. It's just like he lays his hand on me, and I wake. And the glory of the Lord that fills that room, and I wake up, and he just pulls the joy and curses that heavy load that I had taken to the bed with me. So I don't have time to fool around. I don't. So I may go tonight, but I want to tell you, I don't want to do a whole lot of, take that money that you put in flowers to put in the ground, send it to the mission field, the starving children. That's what I've been doing. He's helped me to feed starving children. So that's, I can tell you, because I expected, to have the three or four, whatever, grandson-in-laws I have, to have something, to say about it. But not a whole lot, because I've already be gone. And I won't never have to just move from place to place.